Hey everyone, it's Dura. Now, like a previous vlog, I did not get any sleep last night, but that is not going to stop me from making videos for you lovely people. Heck, if anything else, I had to stay up that whole night wanting to make videos. So honestly, it's just more motivation. But anyway, on to the main topic. So I'm sure most of you have been able to notice in my videos that I'm a very strange boy. And nowhere is this more evident than in a thought I occasionally have. Wonder if I could get away with murder. Now, of course, this may seem alarming, but I will have you know that I am essentially a pacifist. But I'm sure that's not going to stop any of you from calling 911 or the FBI or whoever would investigate a scenario like this. If a 16-year-old pacifist YouTuber saying that he sometimes wonders if he could commit murder is cause for an investigation. And I actually remember two games I used to play that kind of relate to the topic of getting away with murder. One took place in middle school. But first, a little backstory. So at my old school, you had three options when you chose a PE class. You had standard gym, a dancing class, which I'm kind of regretting taking, but not really because the third class was karate! Which, funny story about that, I actually got up to a green belt in that class, but I never got the physical green belt, so it looks like I'm just an orange belt. And for those of you who don't even believe that, here are the belts. Yellow, white, and orange. That's not the order you get them in, but I don't care. Hope you didn't see my underwear in that shot. But yeah, I think it's pretty obvious from this that I took the karate class. And so did an old friend of mine. Honestly, I have a ton of stories I could tell about that karate class alone, but let's stick to the main one. Now, on occasion, our sensei would give us free days, where we could just stay in the karate room for the entire period and just, you know, kind of wander around and do whatever we wanted. Provided we stayed within the school's rules, of course. So me and this friend of mine, being kind of obsessed with assassination games and stealth games, decided to come up with our own little assassination game. That was pretty much a very primitive form of the assassination game. But anyway, this form of the assassination game only had 2 players. What we would do was we would just kinda, you know, walk around the karate area, which was really just half of the gym, the other half being taken up by the people doing weight training. And you know, we would try and kinda discreetly sneak up on each other and assassinate each other. And we were treating it more like an Assassin's Creed Hitman assassination, where you're kind of walking around blending in a crowd, rather than the Splinter Cell Metal Gear Solid assassination where you're sneaking through a hidden facility. And actually, I honestly remember both of us being pretty fair. We didn't fall victim to "I stab you in the back." Oh yeah, well, joke's on you because I was wearing a bulletproof vest. Well, we didn't establish that. Well, too bad, I am. Yeah, I flipped him off British style because reasons. All in all, this seems like a fairly innocent game. What's a lot less innocent is something I've been doing rather recently. So sometimes I'll have to go down and stay at my mom's work. And there's a room near the back of where she works that's just a big square empty room. And so I devised a game that I would play with myself. Not like that, you pervert! This game came in 4 parts. 1, I would imagine that the room has guards in it. I would imagine they're path lines, when they would enter and exit, and where the stationary guards were standing. Number 2, I would go around the room, kill the guards, often in very flashy situations, which pretty much proves that I would not be a good murderer. Numero 3, I would give myself a few minutes to rearrange the bodies and where the weapons were in order to situate the crime scene however I wanted it to be. You know, to make up a story for the detectives, to maybe make them think that it wasn't a murder? Which leads me right into the 4th and final step. I would take on the role of a detective. I would go around the room, look at the imaginary bodies in the way I'd situated them, examining the wounds, the bullet holes, and the fingerprints, and see if I can make any deductions that would probably eventually lead to the murder me's capture. So yes, this was a much more complicated game than the one I played in middle school. From that game, I have drawn 3 conclusions. 1, I am no Sherlock Holmes. 2, I am no Sam Fisher. And 3, I'd probably be a pretty good writer for a crime drama. And that is about all I have to say for this video. Remember, if you liked it, well, there's a button for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Dura, and as always, I will see you lovely people later.